प्रभू त्याला हात नका लावा.
मी इथे ठेवू की नाही मग?
करा करा. इसके सामने रखो ना. रखो रखो रखो. ये लो माइक लगाओ. इकडे बस. हार्मोनियम किसी ने हिला दे. Use this harmony. So I don't know. Okay. You know. So you don't want people to judge this. Okay. You know. He's not well. No boxes. Yeah, no boxes will not rise. Yeah. Thank you. No boxes. And yourself.
इकडे
तो ये पीछे माइक लग रहा है आपके, ठीक है?
ये ट्रेनिंग है, ट्रेनिंग. इसका फोटो लेना चाहिए था, मैं नहीं करते. I will just to तुमको मदद करूँ.
नहीं कम.
हाँ
ये बंदा के रूप में
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
ఇప్పుడు
They're clapping for you. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. श्री नाम संकीर्तन की।
7:12. How long do we continue? Really? 7:12 झालेत. काय करायचं? ये ट्रेन किस प्लेटफॉर्म पे रुकने वाली है? बता दो आप, किसी प्लेटफॉर्म पे तो रुकना पड़ेगा. ये ट्रेन कहीं तो रुकनी चाहिए. Okay, if I continue till 8:15. Okay. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरये. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोप कुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. I'd like to welcome all of you for our discussion Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 8, chapter entitled The Lord Slays the King of the Demons. 787. Shri Praharadu Vacha. Eight, seven. Shri Praharadu Vacha. न केवलं मे भवतश्च राजन् स वै बलं बलिनां चापरेषां परे अवरे अमि स्थिरजङ्गमाये ब्रह्मादयो येन वशं प्रणीतः न केवलं मे भवतश्च राजन् स वै बलं बलिनां चापरेषां परे अवरे अमि स्थिरजङ् ब्रह्मादयो ये सम्प्रणीतः. श्रीप्रहराद उवाच केवलं मे भवतश्च राजन् स वै बलं बलिनां चापरेषां परे अवरे अमि स्थिरजङ्गमाये ब्रह्मादयो येन वशं प्रणीतः. न केवलं मे भवतश्च राजन् स वै बलं बलिनां चापरेषां परे अवरे अमि स्थिरजङ्गमाये ब्रह्मादयो येन वशं प्रणीतः. वै बलं बलिनां चापरेषां परे अवरे अमि स्थिरजङ्गमाये Brahmadayo ye. Translation and purport by Divine the Bhai Charana Arvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Prahlad Maharaj said, "My dear king, the source of my strength of which you are asking is also the source of yours. Indeed, the original source of all kinds of strength is one. He is not only your strength or mine, but the only strength for everyone. Without him, no one can get any strength, whether moving or not moving, superior or inferior. Everyone, including Brahma, is controlled by the strength of the Supreme Personality of Godhead." Purport. Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita 10.41, "Yad yad vibhuti mat sattvam Srimadur jitameva va tattadeva vagachatvam mamatejo amsha sambhavam." Know that all beautiful, glorious, and mighty creations spring from but a spark of my splendor. This is confirmed by Prahlad Maharaj. If one seeks extraordinary strength or power anywhere, it is derived from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. To give an example, there are different grades of fire, but all of them derive heat and light from the sun. Similarly, all living entities, big or small, are dependent on the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One's only duty is to surrender, for one is a servant and cannot independently attain the position of master. One can attain the position of master only by the mercy of the master, not independently. Unless one understands this philosophy, he is still a mudha. In other words, he is not very intelligent. The mudhas, the asses who do not have this intelligence, cannot surrender the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Understanding the subordinate position of the living entity takes millions of births. But when one is actually wise, he surrenders unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 7.19, "Bahunam janmanam ante Jnanavan mam prapadyate Vasudevah sarvam iti samahatma sudurlabha." After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare. Prahlad Maharaj was a great soul, a Mahatma, and therefore he completely surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Lord. He was confident that Krishna would give him protection under all circumstances. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Aham Shri Guroho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajataham Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijanas Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishak Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim. Yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Guru Deen Tarinam. Hare Krishna. So, welcome all of you. We are discussing on 7th canto, 8th chapter, 7th verse. This chapter is entitled The Lord Slays the King of the Demons, Hiranyakashipu. So in this section, this chapter, when it begins, Prahlad Maharaj is brought in front of Hiranyakashipu, and Hiranyakashipu is asking, तेरे को हिम्मत किधर से आता है रे? है ना? Where do you get it? Where do you derive your strength from? When a verse before, Hiranyakashipu tells Prahlad Maharaj, you rascal, you know, when I am angry, all the planets of the three worlds tremble with their chief rulers. But by whose power has a rascal like you, Prabhupada, has a rascal like you become so impudent that you appear fearless and overstep my power or my power to rule you? So now when Hiranyakashipu, father is asking such a question, right? Father is saying, हिम्मत किधर से आता है? कभी कभी आपको ही बच्चों को बोलना पड़ता है, कुठून शिकला रे? आया किधर से? Where did you learn this from? Sometimes kids may give such service. कोणाच्या बापानं शिक, माझा बाप नव्हता असं कधी. Right. So Hiranyakashipu is concerned for his child. I want him to become a demon. But he doesn't listen to me, he doesn't obey me. And he's chanting Hare Krishna. Right? How has he become a devotee? When none of us are here devotees, and I am trying my best to send him to school where he will be trained to become the best non-devotee. Right? More than that, he is worried. Time and again, whenever Prahlad is brought in front of Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad will chant Hare Krishna. Prahlad will glorify Krishna. And Hiranyakashipu is not able to make out. Where do you get your strength from like this? Right? Where do you get this strength from? Now, many times when we read, such purports or such sections, suddenly that inspiration comes. Can I become like Prahlad? Any day? Right? Our problem is we cannot become Ravanas. कोशिश भी कर लिया तो नहीं होगा. रावण तक नहीं गिर सकते, रावण तक नहीं जा सकते. We may not fall down to the level of Ravana, but we cannot even become Hanuman. Right? When we cannot be as bad as Ravana and we cannot be as good as Hanuman, where are we? Right? Our condition is somewhere of the Arjuna in the first chapter. Bewildered, little convinced, little doubt. Krishna is there. Should I listen to Krishna? And should I obey Krishna's words? And all that dilemma continues. We are not yet fixed up. We may not be completely fixed up pure devotee. Where Prahlad can take a risk. You kill me if you want to. I am going to chant Hare Krishna. Like we read about Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur told the Muslim king, you can cut my body into thousands of pieces. Each piece will chant Hare Krishna. और हमारा रख लो ना बीड बैग. तो प्रॉब्लम क्या है? कुछ नहीं, मेरे को कुछ प्रॉब्लम, तो बीड बैग रख लो. मैं डिवोटी नहीं हूँ. We may end up answering something like that. Right? क्या फर्क पड़ता है? नहीं है भाई, नहीं है डिवोटी में, जान से जान बची तो लाखों पाए. क्या लाखों पाए पता नहीं. So we cannot fall as bad as Ravana, and we cannot count ourselves into being an Hanuman. We are somewhere, our position is like Arjuna. What do we do? How do we grow in our Krishna consciousness? What steps can we take to become like some kind of a good devotee and ultimately someday a pure devotee of Krishna? Right? So we'll discuss something on this topic today. How to become somewhere, a devotee which Guru will appreciate. Wow, nice devotee. My disciple is a wonderful devotee. Where all Vaishnavas around will say, Kitta acha devotee hai. People should not say, Kashala. Right? generally happens with me. People say, "Bhai, return ticket लेके आए ना?" फिर ठीक, problem नहीं है. Wherever I travel, I generally get this. After 2-3 days, फिर जाने के लिए आए ना, फिर problem नहीं. Right? It should not happen actually. It should happen that, devotees long for our association, because we practice such Krishna consciousness, with such purity, and we are able to inspire others. How Srila Prabhupada, whenever he would come to any city or town, our Shyam Sundarpur writes in his books, we came to the SFO airport, we came there, and so many hippies followed us. Right? And Shyam Sundarpur says, we didn't tell them anything. We just told them Swami is coming. We are going to receive him at the airport. And when Prabhupada came, as soon as Prabhupada came close to them, Shyam Sundarpur says, I fell right on the floor there and did Dandavat. Because Mukunda had told me, Aisa karte hain. I did that. So then I got up and looked around. All these hippies were also on the floor. And some of them are crying tears. They don't know Swami. For me also, Swami was a new person. For these guys, they just came along with us. They had no idea what's going on here. But that was the effect of Prabhupada's devotion. These new people, they have tears in their eyes when they're seeing Prabhupada, out tears of love. Right? Becoming like Prabhupada, in Urdu they say, ये मौला सबकी सुनता है पर किसी किसी को वो चुनता है. And everyone's prayers will be heard, but somebody will be chosen. How do you become that chosen one? Anybody here would like to become the chosen devotee of Krishna? The chosen one. What do we do? So Prabhupada is saying in the purport, Krishna is the powerhouse. Right? Like in this house now, I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say 4 lights are on here. What is the source of the power for this light? The powerhouse. Right? So if I also want to become pure, I also want to have nice qualities. Who is the source of all power? Krishna. I approach Krishna. Right? I approach Krishna. Yes, Krishna. Mamai amsho jiva loke, jiva bhuta sanatana. Krishna is saying, you are my part and parcel. Now, what can we do? There are 3 kinds of children. One is called a grateful child. Right? Another one is a careless child. And one is a spoiled child. What kind of a child do you want to become for Krishna? Right? Like we generally give that example that the father called the daughter, kid, take this money and go and buy a chocolate for yourself. Right? The daughter goes to the shop. She buys a chocolate. But then she thinks, no, I'm not going to eat. She goes back to the father and gives the chocolate to him. You eat it first. What will happen to the father? He had tears in his eyes. Why? Chocolate nahi mila khane ko mere ko, itne din ho gaye, koi pucha nahi. Why is the father tears? What did the father get? Chocolate or love? What is the father hungry for? Love. Right? We can be a grateful child. Right? And one could be a spoiled child. Right? I was one time traveling from Pune to Delhi, and early morning flight, a quick service they do, and they switch off the lights. Sone do logo ko. Let them sleep. Right? So what happened? The air hostess was going around, and the captain made the announcement that we're going to go on the runway now and we'll fly. और वहां पे एक बच्चा उठ के सीट के ऊपर नाच रहा है. And the air hostess is saying, "Bitao, bitao, make him sit." And the kid is jumping around. No, I want to touch this button. And this what happens here. And again, the air hostess was being called. Right? क्या हो गया? बच्चा कर रहा है. And when the plane was about to fly, the air hostess came and said, see, your kid has to wear the seat belt. Okay? And the mother had it enough now. Right? So the air hostess went back, switched off the lights, और एक ठॉप से आवाज आया. किसका आवाज था? उसके बाद बच्चा रोने लग गया. ओह, मम्मी ने मारा. Right? बच्चा बैठ गया. And everyone in the flight understood. आवाज अच्छा खासा आया, जोर से आया. Right? उसके बाद एक और थप्पड़ का आवाज आया और इस बार मम्मी रो रही, ओ किसने मारा? बच्चे ने मम्मी को मारा. The kid, slapped the mother. Right? And now the mother had to cut such a sorry figure. सब लोग उतर रहे फ्लाइट से दिल्ली में नीचे. And she was like, child, what did you do? And now we can become a grateful child. We could become a spoiled child. And there is another kind of a child which is called a careless child. I care. I hardly care. I don't care what happens to the father, what happens to parents. I live my life, right? So if Krishna is the father and I am the Amsha, I'm the child of Krishna, what kind of a child do I want to become? So Krishna, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, if Krishna is the powerhouse and we are dependent on Krishna, what do we do? What do we do? We shout like that. We shout out to Krishna. Okay. So if Krishna is the father and I am the child, right? What kind of a child do I? What do I do? Krishna is saying, begin reciprocation with me. Right? And the famous verse of Bhagavad Gita is Patram, Pushpam, Phalam Toyam, Yome Bhaktah Prayachati, Tad Aham Bhakti Upaharitam, Ashnami Prayatatmanah. Krishna is saying, begin reciprocation. Right? Okay, God is there. I am there. Right? What is God asking us? Start reciprocating. You start offering something to me. And what is that offering? Krishna is saying Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam. Right? You offer a leaf, a flower, a fruit, some water. Right? What is speciality of it? So simple. Krishna is not asking, give me, diamonds, gold. Anywhere is simplicity of offering. Anywhere you can get it. And even if you're offering simple fruit, flower, leaf or water, Krishna is saying, I accept devotion from there. Right? So Srila Vishwanath Thakur, in one of his commentaries, he says, there is something peculiar happening here. Krishna is saying, Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam. But there is a catch. You know what is the catch? Devotees like us, what will we think? Krishna, I gave you a leaf. Abhi next year Janmashtami. Our service will be of that kind. Next year milenge Krishna, agla saal. Right? Krishna has asked for Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam. Vishwanath Thakur says, these things go stale after a day. And next morning you have to offer a fresh flower. It becomes stale flower, stale fruit, stale even water, fresh pani pilao bhai. Purana paisa, like we all say. So Krishna, what is Krishna doing here when Krishna is saying Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam? Krishna is asking things which you'll have to offer fresh the next day again. So you'll have to come to Krishna and reciprocate like that. So Krishna is expecting reciprocation from us, right? So how do we begin reciprocation? What do we do? If I want to become, now my condition is like Arjuna, but I know I am part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna is the powerhouse. Everything comes from Krishna. Now what do? I begin reciprocation. So we'll discuss now 4 steps. Right? 4 steps that we need to take from our side. If we really want to become that kind of a devotee, which we aspire for. And then the 5th step, Krishna will take towards you. But Krishna is observing, as aspiring devotees, are we ready to take these 4 steps? Right? So the first step is that I need to take from my side as a devotee, aspiring devotee is, the first step is responsibly use what you have. In the sense, whatever belongs to you, the first step is whatever belongs to you. We think I own so many things in this world. I think like that I own. Okay, you own it. Use it responsibly. Right? What does it mean? I'll give you an example. Srila Prabhupada was in Vrindavan. Right? And Prabhupada greeted the deities, Radha Shyam Sundar, Krishna Balram, Gaur Nitai. And Prabhupada would do a padakshina. Prabhupada would circumambulate the deities. So when Prabhupada began circumambulation, disciples were also following him. And this was like 7:15 in the morning now. And Prabhupada would walk around and stop at a place. And Prabhupada would say, "Are you all blind?" And Prabhupada would continue walking. Second circumambulation, and Prabhupada, again the same spot, Prabhupada said, "Are you all blind?" What did I do to be called? What did we do? The third and the last circumambulation, Prabhupada stopped at the same place and said, "It's 7:15 in the morning. Why is the light still on? Why are the bulbs still on? Are you all blind? This is Krishna's energy. Why are you wasting it?" So Prabhupada, by a simple interaction, Prabhupada taught his disciples, what you have, first learn to use it responsibly. Harishwari Prabhu in his memoirs, he says, Prabhupada rang the bell in his room. And I was supposed to go, whenever Prabhupada rings the bell, offer obeisances to Prabhupada and say, "Yes, Prabhupada, how can I serve you?" And once when he went to Prabhupada's room, Prabhupada said, "There's a tap that is leaking on this floor. I can hear sound. Go, close the tap." And Harishwari Prabhu said, "I went about the entire floor, checked every tap. It was not leaking." I said, "No, it's not. This one is not leaking. That one is not leaking." I again came back to Prabhupada and said, "Prabhupada, no taps are leaking here. Sit here." Here. And after a minute, tip. Another minute, the tip. You heard it? Go. Now find out. And Harishwari Prabhu says, by that simple interaction, Prabhupada taught, even a drop of water should not go unnecessarily waste. What is Prabhupada teaching? Prabhupada is teaching, whatever you have, responsibly utilize it. This is first step that I take in my life. Right? Responsibly use whatever you have. Like back in India, since Narendra Modi has come to power, he's just telling the countrymen, country belongs to you, keep it clean. Why don't you keep your own country? And remarkable work has happened in that regard. But we needed somebody to tell us, "Hey, Baba, tumhara ka desh hai, isko saaf rakho." I was at DC and my sister took me to some mall. And she being a teacher, she was telling me that, in the schools, we want a good American citizen. We make them good citizens in our schools. We train them. And especially we train them on cleanliness. और फिर सिस्टर टू द ब्रदर, हमारा देश यहाँ पे सब लोग क्लीन रहते, कचरा कोई फेंकता नहीं, कोई कचरा, nobody litters here. I said, मैं टेस्ट करता हूँ, पर्स दिखाओ. I took there were some papers, some sheets were there. I said, पेपर लिया, फेंक दिया मैंने जानबूझ के. I threw the paper and I was waiting what will happen. So we were sitting on one bench and I just threw the paper like that. The first person who came, he picked it up and threw it in the bin. Wow, ये तो बहुत स्पेशल है, ये तो अच्छा, अपना देश में तो और मैं भी एक डालता हूँ. चलो. I took another sheet and I threw. What will happen now? Because kids were coming. They came in and this guy put it in his jacket. And I'm like, what? Nitika. And I looked at my sister. I said, they are taught, your country, use it responsibly, keep it clean. So first step that as devotees we all should learn is, don't try to become a pure devotee first. First, what you have, learn to use it responsibly. That is the first step in becoming a good devotee. Right? The second step is go deeper in your in understanding the Sambandha Jnana with Krishna. Now, what is Sambandha Jnana? In the first step, I am thinking everything belongs to me. It is my property. Yeah, so I should responsibly use it and not waste it. In the second step, when I am advancing on the devotional path, the second step is everything belongs to Krishna. I also belong to Krishna. Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. That everything belongs to God. Right? Like in India, we say, मुट्ठी बांध के आने वाले हाथ पसारे जाएगा, ढलता सूरज धीरे धीरे ढलता है, ढल जाएगा. We all, when we were born like this. Babies are born like this. So they don't bring anything, right? They don't bring anything with them. As when we were born, we didn't bring anything with us. When we will die, we're not going to carry anything with us. And whom does this belong to? Everything, all around, whole creation is God's creation. It belongs to God. Isha Vashyam Idam Sarvam. So it belongs to God. Everything belongs to God. And then someday it should come to us. I also belong to Krishna. I am thinking I belong to a family, I belong to some society, I belong to some country. I belong to Krishna. I am also Krishna's property. Right? So until the time we are not aware, right, that everything belongs to Krishna and I also belong to Krishna, what do people do when their sambandha with Krishna is weak? Right? What do? They will generally pass. They'll say, yeah, I go to Krishna's temple, and then they'll joke on Krishna. They will, like, Gandhiji would read Bhagavad Gita. But when Gandhiji was asked this question, that Krishna who spoke Gita was the same person who danced with the gopis in Vrindavan. And Gandhiji said, oh, if that's the case, then I feel ashamed to call myself Hindu. So do they have that faith in Krishna? They may say that, Gita society meeting and, so much was going on. So when our sambandha with Krishna is weak, right? So I'll give an example for this. Some girls, they would come and sit in the balcony of their house every day. So they would come and sit in the afternoon, and somewhere around, let's say, 2 o'clock, one old man would pass by. And all these girls, every day they would come, sit there, and every day they would pass jokes. They would laugh at this old man. Every day that was a scene, and that was their fun. One day, all the girls came by. It was 2 o'clock. The old man also came. And one of the girls said, Sasurji, father-in-law. And none of them joked today. See what happened? Any difference? From the previous day to this day, what is the difference? What is the difference? Sambandha. When sambandha is established, then you will have respect. You will know how to behave. Right? Like I was one time chanting in the temple back in India where I stay. I was chanting in the temple hall. And we should not do this, but that day I was doing inattentive chanting. So I was observing when new people come, what all do they do in the temple? है ना, मंदिर आते नए लोग तो क्या क्या करते हैं, है ना, कोई ऐसा करता है, कोई नीचे नीचे गिरता है ना, कोई फ्लाइंग किस टू गॉड, ऐसा 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 क्या क्या करते, राइट? Some people are like, नहीं नहीं मैं नहीं झुकूंगा, I'll stand like that, why should I bend? And so many questions, challenging questions people will put. Why are you worshipping? Right? Our Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj says, as a brahmachari, one of his services was at Bhaktivedant Manor in London. His service was when tourists come, he was supposed to take them around. So Maharaj says, I would bring them to temple hall and I would try to tell them, that's God. And they would look at the pillar. Pillar is very nice. And that's God. Oh, the painting is very nice. That's God. Oh, your floor is very good. अरे मैं भगवान को उधर देख, संबंध नहीं है ना, because that sambandha is not there. We don't understand. That's God. Right? That's so. What should, as a devotee, if I want to become a pure devotee someday, I want to be chosen one. What was the first step? Whatever you own, which I think I own, at least become responsible there. Don't waste it. The second step is go deeper in your sambandha with Krishna now. Everything belongs to God, right? I belong to. So this is at the level of knowledge. The third step is now honestly use whatever you have which belongs to Krishna in the service of. That's a very important step. Whatever you have which belongs to Krishna, right? Use it honestly for the service of Like when we go to Haridwar and we take Ganga Darshan, we enter Ganga, and then we are told, worship Ganga. How do you worship Ganga? What do you do? Tera tujhko arpan. You take water from Ganga and offer it back to Ganga. That's bhakti. At the third step, everything belongs to Krishna. Yes, Krishna has given me certain things as my quota, but I don't forget it belongs to Krishna. I offer it back to Krishna. Ganges water offered back to Ganges. Another example comes in the first canto is Narad Muni. Right? What was Narad Muni? We generally say from a playboy to a play toy. Narada, in the first life, he's Upabharan. He's a Gandharva. And he was going around singing songs with guitar, "Main pagal hu, main deewana hu." Right? Shah Rukh Khan style. Right? Going around with his girlfriends, But then he came to a Yajna Sthala where Yajna was going on. Rishis were sitting there, and there also he's continuing the same activity. He was cursed. Oh, you go to the Martya Loka. You belong there. Your behavior is not according to what is expected. You go down to the earth planet. So then the next birth that Narada gets is, it comes in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. He takes birth as a Dasi Putra. Right? He's born in a village, right? To a mother who is not who we can say, very poor, background like that. And Narada, but what happens for Narada is in the village, one time Narada is telling Vyasadeva, in the second birth, what happened? In the second birth, lowly birth that way, but our fortune was in that village, 4 sannyasis, Bhaktivedantas came, and it was the rainy season. Back in India now, it's rainy season has begun, right? And Ashadi Wari has begun, right? It has begun. This Ashadi Wari. Devotees walking all the way to Pandharpur now. So 4 months, these sannyasis stayed back, and Narada says, I got to serve them. I got to see their mannerisms, how they talk, how they eat, how they sit, how they walk. What amazing Krishna Katha discussions they do. And especially with their permission, Narad Muni says, I took their uchist, what they ate, and whatever was remaining, I ate that. He says, by eating that uchist, what happened? He says, I also got a desire. Can I become like them? So Srila Prabhupada says, when can you understand that you have taken association of devotees? Right? Prabhupada says, when that desire comes in your heart, can I become like that devotee? When you have served, right? And you have served properly means you will get the desire. I also want to become like this devotee, right? So these 4 sannyasis, they went off. And Narada's mother one time went to the forest, but she was bit by a snake. Small 5-year-old boy, he only had his mother, right? But now nobody in the world. But he remembered the Bhaktivedantas were there. I had a desire to become like them. He walked off. Which direction? The direction where that they took, the direction that went to. Narada, small boy, also started walking. So that was the second birth. In the third birth of Narada, right? So in the second birth, he gets darshan of the Lord. The third birth, he takes the third birth is the son of Brahma. That's Narada's third life, right? And then this time Narad Muni says, Deva Dattam imam veenam swara Brahma vibhushitam gaya mano charameham. He says now in the third birth, Krishna remembered he would sing with his guitar what? क्या गाता था पहले जन्म में? मैं पागल हूं, मैं दीवाना हूं, right? In the third birth, the Lord gave him Veena this time. Narada Muni Jaye Veena Radhika Ramana Name. In the third birth, what is Narada now? 2 births kind of wasted unnecessarily. Right? I'm the enjoyer. I have my things and I live for myself. In the third birth, when the Veena was given to Narada, what did Narada do? He honestly utilized that Veena for what? To glorify Krishna. That's the third step. Whatever you have, right, belongs to Krishna. Honestly utilize it in the service of third step. Now we'll go to the fourth step. The fourth step that I need to take from my side is, right, you may utilize many things. Yes, many things belong, everything belongs to Krishna, I'll utilize. But many times we are all endowed with some special skill, unique to us. Don't keep that for Maya. Utilize that also for Krishna. Krishna is waiting, because we may say that, I'm offering, so many things to Krishna, but we keep our special skills, right? Unique skills that we may have for Maya. I'll give you an example for this. Example is Arjuna. Arjuna knew I'm supposed to fight the battle. Arjuna knew that I am the Gandhivadhari Arjuna. Arjuna knew that all the weapons that he has, it is by the mercy of Krishna. Krishna only told, go to Shiva, go to Indra, go and ask this weapon, get this weapon, you will need this. Now Arjuna is ready. He comes to the battlefield and then he says, sorry, Krishna, I am not going to fight. You are very nice. Everything is good, but मैं लड़ने वाला नहीं हूं. Right? What did Arjuna do? Arjuna had a special skill. Krishna wanted that skill to be utilized for him. But Arjuna is saying, I'll offer it to Maya. I'll offer it to, So Arjuna, by hearing Krishna, the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna comes to understanding, oh, my special skill also belongs, this also has to be offered to Krishna. So you'll find in the 11th chapter, there's a verse Krishna says, Tasmat tvamuttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhungshva rajyam samruddham maye vaite nihita purvameva nimitta matra bhava savyasachi. Krishna is telling you are savyasachi, right? You are ambidextrous. Arjuna could fight with right and left hand equally, right? Krishna is telling, yes, you are very good in your work, but what do? You become my instrument. Tasmat tvam uttishta. Arjuna, rise, get up. What should you do? Tasmat tvam uttishta yasho labhasva. You take the glory, right? Jitva shatrun, win over the enemy and rule over a flourishing kingdom. Arjuna is saying, kaise hoga? Maye vaite purva nihita. I have already decided. Battle will happen, Pandavas will win and Pandavas will rule. I have already decided this. How do you know Krishna had desired this? You find in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, when Vishwarupa is shown by Krishna, displayed by Krishna, there are many names taken who all were entering the mouth of Vishwarupa, right? The names are given, Karna, Duryodhan. There is one name which Arjuna also thought, ये नाम काय को लिया? ये पिद्दी का नाम, ये कौन है? इसका नाम काय को लिया कृष्ण ने? One name is Jayadratha. And later, after the battle got over, Arjuna is thinking, ये जयद्रथ का केस में तो अपने को मरना था. I should have, because who had prepared the funeral pyre? Arjuna was ready to ascend the pyre. And Krishna is the one who saved. And Krishna had already displayed in the Vishwarupa, Maye vaite nihita. I have decided. Similarly, Krishna has decided, like Srila Prabhupada says, all around the world, my holy name will be chanted. Lord Chaitanya has predicted. It has to happen. Prabhupada, what did he do? He said, I will become the Nimitta. My name is Bhaktivedanta. Prabhupada is writing in the bhajan. My name is Bhaktivedanta. Now you fulfill this name. Fulfill the meaning of this name. You get it done through me. So Prabhupada, apparently an old man, right, completely new, he had never gone out of India before. This was the first time that he was traveling. He doesn't know anybody here. But what is he offering as a prayer? Krishna, utilize me. And whatever abilities I have, I offer it to you. Okay, which were the 4 steps? First, responsibly use what you have. Second, go deeper in the Sambandha Gyan, right? All these programs like this, Srila Prabhupada books we have. For what? When we regularly study, then Sambandha Gyan will be good. The Sambandha with Krishna. Many times our practice goes weak, our convictions go weak, and already Maya is so heavy. Why? Because our Sambandha Gyan goes weak. When Sambandha Gyan is, when our relationship with Krishna, the Gyan, the knowledge aspect is good, then what will happen? We can say, no, I will go against the current. Yes, nobody is practicing around, right? But I will practice. Why? Because I am sure that I am spirit soul, I am part and parcel of Krishna. So the more our Sambandha Jnana is pakka, what will happen? Our devotional service will not be shaky. Our devotional service will be sincere. We can sincerely go on. Okay, that was second step. The third step, because Sambandha Gyan ho gaya, so now what do you understand? Honestly, so whatever belongs to you, which actually belongs to Krishna, honestly use it for Krishna's purpose. Fourth step. You have some special talent. Don't keep it saved for Maya. Offer it to Krishna. And all of us have. We all have, we all are uniquely created by Krishna. We're all unique. We have those unique offerings. Don't hold it on for Maya. Offer it to Krishna. And I gave Arjuna's example for that. Now, when you take the 4 steps, what does Krishna do? Krishna take that final step towards you. Your steps may be baby steps. Krishna's step is Vamandev step. Imagine. Isn't it an amazing benefit? Small 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 things we are doing. But Krishna is watching. What kind of a child are you? You want to improve? You want to have a relationship with me? You take your first 4 steps. Like when kids learn to walk, all those who have, raised children, what do? You tell the kid, come, walk to me, walk to me. And the kid will fall. The kid may get hurt sometimes, but that's part of growing up. So Krishna waits for us. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You take those 4 steps, and I will take the 5th step. And when Krishna looks at you, listen, sometimes parents do that with me. What do? They'll bring the small baby and say, Prabhuji, see, he's saying Prabhupada. And he say, poo, 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 pee, pee, poo, poo. And I'm like, pee, pee, poo, poo, papu, papu, chal raha hai. And you are saying Prabhupada. I can hear poo, 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 poo. Only that's all. And the parents hear Prabhupada. Like, kaise hota hai baba? Phir se bol, kya bola? What does Krishna do? When Krishna looks at you with a magnifying glass. No. See how much my devotee is doing. You do little. And Krishna sees, wow, because he's like the loving father. You take those 4 baby steps. And then Krishna takes the Vamandev step. Right? And Prabhupada, in one lecture, he says, I am the example for it, Prabhupada says. Prabhupada recounts what all was against his preaching. And Prabhupada says, because I just sincerely and honestly decided I will serve my Guru's instruction and repeat what I've heard from my Guru. Oh, this is what I did. And Prabhupada says, against all odds, everything was against me. Right? Everyone was against me. Nobody was helping me. And still, I was successful in this preaching, Prabhupada says. How did this happen? Prabhupada took the 4th steps. And Prabhupada says, Krishna chose me. Right? And Krishna took that 5th step. That everyone is saying, na bhuto na bhavishyati. This never happened before. And when will it happen again? Nobody knows. Back in India, if a sannyasi goes, out of India, bahishkar ho jata hai usko, nikal do isko, ye wapas mat aao hamare paas tum. Nobody. Bhakti Thakur sent his sannyasi disciples. Right? and they were unsuccessful. Prabhupada, one interviewer asked, why did you not go to London? Prabhupada said, oh, my godbrothers already failed there. So I thought I'll go at least and fail at a newer place. If I have to fail, I'll fail in New York. At least New York tak to gaye, London mein fail nahi hue phir se. Imagine what an attitude Prabhupada has. I'll go to New York and so Prabhupada came all the way. Prabhupada knew everything is stacked against him. Everything is opposing him. But because Prabhupada took those first 4 steps, Krishna took the 5th step. And all of us are wondering, how could Prabhupada do it? Because Prabhupada honestly took those first 4 steps. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Sorry. Achyut Chaitanya Prabhu before only told me, Prabhu 8 बजे तक ले सकते हैं. इसलिए 8 बजे रोक दिए. Help me. Is it a problem now? Just help me. Okay. Any questions, comments, clarifications, corrections, protests? You could offer that now. Okay. First statement as a protest. Protest? No. Question.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for an amazing class. And it is very easy. At the end of the class, we are able to remember 5 steps. So thank you so much.
No, we should remember the 4 steps.
Yeah.
5th wala nahi. 5th apna nahi hai. 5 nahi to pehla Krishna, you take that big step, man. What is your problem? Like kids will do. Mummy, Papa, pick me na. Why are you making me walk? But parents don't know you walk. The kid wants the mother or the father, you always pick me and carry me. But the parents know if I pick and carry, the kid is never going to learn to walk. So
Sure.
Krishna also waits. You take the first 4 steps nicely. Then I will take the 5th step. Yes.
Sounds good. Prabhuji, regarding the 4th step, I know I'm not even qualified to for first 3 steps, but for 4th step, how does one
Identify.
identify and no, Krishna says everyone is special, but don't see anything past mediocrity with most of us feel like there's no special.
Don't include everyone. You can say, you can talk about yourself. Why are you saying everyone is mediocre?
in general. So
Yes.
how does
Yes.
how does one learn?
At one level, yes, when we serve under guidance, then our gurus and our superiors can say, see, this is the service that you can render. You may feel, will I be able to? But they are watching us and they observe us. Traditionally, the guru would tell the shishya in the Gurukul that you have Brahminical nature, you have Kshatriya nature. Kids were, and accordingly, training would happen. And that's how they would serve Krishna in the society. Somebody is serving as a Brahmana, somebody is serving as a Kshatriya, somebody is serving as a Vaishya. Right? And somebody was told, you start assisting your father. Don't worry. Engineering karo. The last category. The Shudra, right? Engineering karo. Tum engineering karo bas. Loha pito jaake jao. Code likho, jao. Right? So Guru would do traditionally. Right? Guru would do that. Or otherwise, we can ask ourselves, there is something that materialists are utilizing in you and making a great amount of money out of it. You have something, that's why they've employed you, right? And they have kept you for a very special, some unique work that you're doing. See how you utilize that for Krishna's service, right? Because you are offering something, right? So when they may be paying somebody $200,000, right? Let's say somebody's salary is $200,000. The company is making at least $1 million out of you, right? That means you have something special. That's why they have to ask yourself, what is it that how can I offer it to Krishna? From your side, you can think like that, right? Like he has a beautiful music talent, right? He should not think, can I become a Bollywood singer? He should think, hey, can I sing for Krishna also now? That is unique in him. Many may not have, but he can utilize it for Krishna's service. Somebody is good manager, somebody is a bold person to go out and speak to. Wonderful, right? So many of us are here as we are book distributors, right? Distributing Bhagavad Gita in front of a mosque. सोच भी नहीं सकते इंडिया में, बाप रे. But you guys are doing it. You're distributing Urdu Bhagavad Gita. somebody is, so fired up. They are doing it. So we have something unique. Either we are able to find it and see, materialists are making the best out of it. How can I use it in Krishna's service? Right? Like in India, we have one devotee, Pawan Nitai Prabhu. The entire ERP software at one time, he was the one who designed it. He said, I have saved sufficient. Now I want to do something for the temple. Right? So actually the ERP software would have, for us as temple would have, we would have had to pay lakhs of rupees. But then he did it. So he's using his talent. Right? There are devotees who are, placed, they've got good education and highly placed. They go and when they go to the colleges and they give a presentation, all the kids, if this guy is doing it, why should? So what are they doing? They're utilizing what they have, something special in Krishna's service. Okay. Yes. The host. Not the sound guy. Even if the mic belongs to you. For now, it belongs to the host for some time. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu, for the wonderful class and very practical steps. So I'll just continue with Shashika Prabhu's question and your answer. So in myself, I have seen, my employer employs me for a good amount of dollars to do a particular task, but I never liked that. It's
Okay.
just for the money I'm going, even though it's a special skill they see in me. And I actually try to stay away from it. If some devotee asks me, hey, do you want to do this? No, I don't want to stay in front of the screen anymore. So how to get out of the situation where some people like devotees see that's a special skill, but I as a person actually don't like that at all.
Why don't you like it? What is the problem? First, see, at first, you should understand. Are they paying you? You should you should put your best. You should not put your worst there. I don't want to be here. Such a bad place. Why am I here? Then quit and join. Come into Brahmachari Ashram then. You don't want to do that also. Right?
No.
Why don't you want to do that then? But if you are being paid, honestly do the job. But I know devotees who may go to company and झूठ बोलने का यात्रा जाने के लिए, right? You lie or you try to cut corners. Never do that. If you're expected to work for 8 hours, work for 8 hours. We should not misrepresent ourselves as just because you're a devotee doesn't mean that you cheat people. I'll not put my best in my job. I'll not do a good work. I'll not be a good father. Or what? This is Maya or this is no home. That's not. You have accepted something. Be good there. See, unless you have been a good daughter, you have been a good, wife. You have been a good mother. How will you suddenly be a good devotee? You've not been good in any department. Any previous department, you have not been good. How will you suddenly become a good devotee? Ask yourself. We just suddenly want to become a good devotee. No, first we'll have to be a good in other departments also. You have to be a good person there also. So do your good job. So problem nahi hai. It may be a Maya, but you can utilize that Maya in Krishna's service. Think of it. Right? How can I utilize? Okay, I am working. They're giving me some money. Can I utilize this money? I have some position. Can it be utilized to further Krishna's cause in this world? Right? So, nirbandhe Krishna sambandhe yuktam vairagyam uchyate. That is yukta vairagya. Not cheating vairagya. Right? That cheating vairagya, falgu vairagya is not required. Yukta vairagya is there. Right? You are not attached to it. But it belongs to Krishna. Everything belongs to Krishna. I'll use it in Krishna's service. First thing is, don't work in a half-hearted way or not like you hate it and I'm still doing it. Why are you doing it then? Whatever, and especially if you're being paid, work properly then. Right? Because you will not be able to be a good devotee otherwise. There also the same tendency will come. The same tendency will flow into devotional service also. Okay? Yes. The last, but
Hare
not the least.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Since we refer to the first verse of Ishopanishad today,
Ishavasyam idam
Right.
sarvam.
Ishavashamidam sarvam. So I was just meditating on the translation of that verse, right? And I'm just going to read it, right? The specific sentence that I have question about says, one should therefore accept only those things necessary for himself, which are set aside as his quota. right? So there are two questions here. Number one, how does one know what is his quota,
Mm.
right? And second thing is why the word accept versus take,
Mm.
right? Because and the reason I ask this second part is mainly because doesn't matter how much one endeavors, right? The person will get only whatever is in their quota, at least the way I understand it, whatever Krishna wants to give them, right? So why?
What is your quota is very simple.
Yeah.
It's very simple to understand. The deer's quota is grass. The lion's quota is not grass. The lion should not encroach. Your your body, at a physical level, your physiology tells you what is your quota. But for Bhima, it could be so much food because he can digest and serve. He doesn't sleep. He eats a lot and doesn't sleep. He eats a lot and serves. But there could be a Sudama who eats little and does his level of work. So your quota means what you can digest and remember Krishna. How much money is good for what is your quota of money? Something that you can hold on and still remember Krishna. But you go beyond your quota, that means the first casualty is Krishna consciousness. So you went beyond your quota. Quickly give it off to Krishna back. Krishna, आपको बोलने का नहीं है. If this extra money is making me forget you, I better utilize it in Krishna's service. And simply put, when Prabhupada is saying you accept what is in your quota means whatever by arrangement of destiny, you put your best, whatever comes your way, that is what you accept. If less comes to you, that is what you deserved. So more comes, I deserve this. Okay, I'll use it in Krishna's service. You accept what is offered to you. Okay. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you. Ella Prasadam. We sing Mahaprasad. Mahaprasad, no, your style, no, ISV style of singing.
Shadira Vidya जो हिंद आता है जीव कल विषय सागर कामद जीवायति लोभो मसुदुर्मति ताकजिता कठिन संसारे Krishna Varadayama Gaurivada Jivaja Saprasadhana Diloba Sayanamritapa Shri Radha Krishna Gunagam Premadaku Shri Chaitanya Nita Premadaku Shri Chaitanya Nita Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmane Vaishnave Sapa Punyavatam Rajan Vishwasone Vijayate Prasade Sarva Dukkana Aniraso Bhajayate Prasana Chetu Swayashu Bhutipaya Pavise Rayoka Bhukta Sarkana Vasulankara Charchita Ushista Bhujino Dasas Bhavamaya Jai Bhagashima Prasad Ki Jai.